Is he really that guy? Cap T, Cap G.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Does he really have super in front of star in front of his name?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Hi guys, it's the dude that runs the channel. I do have a face. What's up, y'all? So Damian Lillard is one bad dude, and I know a lot of y'all already know that by now. And this week he has been making a lot of headlines throughout social media for the right and wrong reasons. And today I want to get into Damian Lillard.
Hey, yo!
Who he is as a player, and just the brand that he's built throughout the NBA community, because I think his brand, it's one of the most interesting ones out there because of how he's perceived compared to what he actually is on the court. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel, hosted by the guy who loves basketball, will probably get cooked by your favorite NBA player, but just likes to think logically, which I don't really think there's anything wrong with that, right? Now, if you guys haven't noticed, this isn't the typical video essay format I do on the channel, and there is a reason for that. Long story short, these copyright claims are
Really ridiculous.
yeah. So I'm gonna try out this new format for the new videos and see how it goes, and if y'all like it, please do me a favor, leave a like on this video. Let me know in the comment section if it's actually something you guys would want to see more from me. I did ask you guys a couple of days ago what you'd like to see more on the channel, and one of the biggest ones was just me showing my personality. So here's my attempt at it, and I'm kind of being forced to do it anyways. Either way, just let me know what y'all think, man. Just let me know. So this whole Damian Lillard Skip Bayless beef started 3 games ago against the Los Angeles Clippers when Damian Lillard didn't have his best game. He was inefficient from the field, which is honestly understandable. They got Pat Bev, Paul George, and Kawhi on that team. Like, they got perimeter defenders out there. And it was a really close game. So in the last 30 seconds or so, Damian Lillard was at the line, and he went 0-2 from the free throw line, which led to Marcus Morris and Pat Bev, who was on the bench of the LA Clippers, to clown him for, you know, Dame time and just generally mocking the dude for missing the free throws and talking that talk. And I'm not sure what day it was on. Maybe it was the next day. I really don't watch Undisputed that much, but on an episode of Undisputed, they were talking about the game, and Skip Bayless did his usual Dame doesn't have the clutch gene antics and just generally talking down on Dame. The one that hit hard and the one that's been circulating throughout social media, and again, these are his words, not mine, is that Dame has been acting like a superstar but hasn't really accomplished anything significant in his career aside from AllStar appearances and All-NBA appearances. And then Damian Lillard replied on Twitter with this: "I have never been buying nothing about you, fam. You a joke. After our private convo full of backpedaling, you will never get my respect." Clown emoji. And I honestly don't know what this is. Maybe Melo was on IG Live or Facebook Live or something. But essentially, Damian Lillard expanded on the Skip Bayless conversation, and this is what he said over there.
So he seeked out my number and called me. And when he called me, I was just like, bro, I don't know you like that. Like, you don't owe me no explanation. I don't know you. Stop speaking on me incorrect, like, for your ratings or whatever. And he just backed out on some, you know, I'm depressed. And
then after that, he proved it on the court because he dropped 50 on the 76ers and 60 the game after against the Dallas Mavericks. That is literally a hooper's dream. For you to hear someone talk that talk and then the next game drop 50, and not just that, but drop 60 the game after. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was actually planning on doing a Damian Lillard video on the channel, but the interest, with me at least, kind of died down. But obviously, the past week, more specifically the past couple of days, it's picked back up. It's picked back up. Because Dame, to me, he's one of the most interesting players in the league in terms of the narratives and how people like perceive him in the NBA pantheon of things. Now, Damian Lillard, since he was drafted into the NBA, has already started building this brand of the underdog mentality. He was a 4-year guard out of Weber State, so he wasn't this spectacular one and done top high school prospect type of player. And also, as Dame has been making his way through the NBA, there are a lot of point guards in the NBA that have also been rising with him, mainly Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, Isaiah Thomas in 2016, 2017, John Wall, Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving. I mean, the list goes on. And it just seems like Dame's play was always getting overshadowed by these players, despite him being great himself. Because Stephen Curry was going to the finals every year, Russell Westbrook was putting up triple doubles, Chris Paul was always on a good team, Isaiah Thomas was in the East and he was leading the Celtics to a top record in the conference. And because of this, the They Stay Sleep on Dame Hive was born. It was born. But not only were his fans saying this, Dame himself was pushing this narrative that he was being disrespected around the league, that he was being slept on. In 2015, he had the soliloquy about how he was being snubbed from the All-Star team and how he felt like he deserved to be in there. He said, and I quote, "I just want to thank the coaches who feel I wasn't good enough, the fans that didn't think I was good enough, and Adam Silver also for not thinking I was good enough." This isn't unfamiliar territory for me. It's actually what my life has been inspired by. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed or that I don't feel disrespected, but it's not too much to handle. Come to find out later, he would actually still be an All-Star because Blake Griffin would get injured, so they had to replace his spot with Damian Lillard. So yay, woo, Damian Lillard is an All-Star. And in 2018, the same thing happened again, and he was upset that a rookie Lonzo Ball had more votes than him. And he felt like he was disrespected because he hasn't made the All-Star team the past 2 years, despite averaging 25 points and 27 points, respectively. But this time, voting wasn't even done, and Damian Lillard ended up being an All-Star. And this year, he also made the All-NBA first team, after leading the Blazers to 49 wins in the Western Conference. So mind you, up to this point, the Damian Lillard is being slept on hive was in full effect. Damian Lillard himself was advocating that he was being disrespected and slept on, and he was finally getting that recognition. Damian Lillard was finally getting the recognition he deserves. So it was kind of embarrassing when in the first round of the playoffs, as a 3 seed, the Portland Trail Blazers would get swept by the New Orleans Pelicans in a series where Dame was getting clamped and straight out outplayed by Jrue Holiday just by watching the game and looking at the stats. Because Dame only put up 18 points a game on 35% shooting from the field and 30% from 3. Meanwhile, Jrue Holiday was putting up 28 points a game and 7 assists on 57% shooting from the field. So I remember a lot of people after that series was on Dame's head. they were on Dame's head. But as we know, the season after, he would more than redeem himself after dropping 33 points a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, including the last game where he dropped 50 and had this dagger to seal the deal.
Lillard, long range.
All right, I know I sound like I'm hating too much, so let me cut it out, because I hate too much, man. I'm a hater. What can I say? It's in my blood. I'm a hater. So let's get into the positives of Dame's career. Damian Lillard since 2016 has proven to be one of the league's elite scorers, period. The past 5 years, Dame has averaged roughly 27 points, 7 assists and 5 rebounds a game on 44, 37, 90 splits from the field, which are phenomenal numbers. And as far as personality, I mean, he's just a very likable guy. He seems very down to earth. He's doubled down on being a Portland Trailblazer for life and trying to be loyal to the team, which is rare in today's NBA. And he's just not as PC as some of these other players come out to be. Like, Dame has built this brand of being a killer and an assassin on the court, and just being a real one. And he has the requisite numbers and the skills to back it up. On any given night, Damian Lillard can hang with your team's best player, go toe-to-toe with them, go shot for shot, and take over the game like the best of them. And that's just a fact. And when Dame is hot, pause, he's capable of giving you like 65 in a game, which he's proven the past 2 games, and it's been a treat to watch. It's been a treat to watch. Dame is in this weird area where he's kind of always teetering between being underrated and overrated. Because I'm not gonna lie, to a degree, Skip Bayless is right. Damian Lillard, or if you don't want to say Dame, his fans do treat him like a superstar, yet he hasn't really done anything to prove that he's a superstar. But while all NBA selections and all-star appearances are definitely impressive, don't get me wrong, to be a superstar That's kind of like the bare minimum. When you think of superstar, you think of Steph Curry, right? 3-time champion, 2-time MVP. You think of LeBron, 3-time champion, 3-time finals MVP, 5 MVPs. You think of Kevin Durant. He has 1 MVP under his name, 2 rings, 2 finals MVPs. But with Dame, at least so far in his career, the most defining moments of his career have been in the first round. And it's just hard to go on this notion that Damian Lillard is being slept on, because in reality, from 2016 to 2018, the West was just that stacked. It just was. And sadly, there just wasn't much room for Dame on those all-star teams. Like in 2017, Russell Westbrook, the guy who inevitably won MVP, the guy who averaged a triple-double, a 30-point triple-double, was on the bench because Stephen Curry and James Harden were on that team, on that conference. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. And the fourth guard on those all-star teams was usually like Klay Thompson. And you can't knock someone for saying Klay Thompson's an all-star, can you? Especially when he's giving you like 20 to 22 points a game on ridiculous efficiency and playing great defense. You can't knock that. And again, I just, how can you be slept on when every time you're on fire like you are right now, people go on Twitter and talk about how you're better than Steph Curry, how you could replace Steph Curry on the Warriors in their prime and nothing would have changed. How is that being slept on? How is that being slept on? Matter of fact, y'all were saying it yesterday, talking about how Dame's better than Steph. Man, what? Y'all gotta cut it. Y'all gotta cut it. Look, man, with all due respect to Damian Lillard, from the 2019 Western Conference Finals, where Steph outplayed Dame without KD, to right now, Damian Lillard putting up the numbers that he's doing and fighting for a chance to play for the 8th seed is not enough to close that gap. I'm sorry, man. It's not. It's not. But B Souls, man, you did this with Kawhi. You did this with Kawhi. You hypocrite. And this is exactly why I want to start making videos like this, because I'm taking that mantle of being the exposed guy in the NBA community and just embracing it. In 2019, LeBron had a down year. Kawhi Leonard led the Toronto Raptors in his first year there to a championship, their first in franchise history, and won Finals MVP. Steph Curry in 2020 has also had a down year. He's been injured for a majority of the season. Damian Lillard, again, fighting for the 8th seed and putting up the numbers he's putting up, is not the same thing as what Kawhi did last year. It's not. It's not. Look, man, look. I know 2020 has been a long year. It's still just August. We're not even at the halfway point of August. I swear to God, a lot of y'all have forgotten how good not just Steph is, but Klay, KD, and Draymond are, because y'all haven't been watching them play the past year or so, because 3 out of 4 of those players have been injured. But you know what? I'm hating too much. I'm hating too much. So let's get a little positive with it, man. Positive peace souls is in the building. Now with Damian Lillard, I don't use this term lightly. Y'all know me, I don't use this term lightly. But Damian Lillard is one of those players who their accolades and his resume does not do his skills as a basketball player enough justice. It just doesn't. And I acknowledge that. In reality, Damian Lillard has been an all-NBA caliber player for more years than what his resume says. That's just a fact. In reality, Dame is more than just a 5-time All-Star. Dame has been playing at an All-Star level since his rookie year and every single year since, and has been playing 70 to 80 games. A very underrated part of his resume, by the way. And while the Portland Trail Blazers aren't like the Chicago Bulls or the New York Knicks, they have not done a great job, or at least a good enough job, of providing Damian Lillard with a team that can actually compete for a championship. Not just a good playoff team that when they make it to the Western Conference Finals is them massively overachieving. Like, I'm talking about, you expect them to win an NBA championship. The Portland Trail Blazers have not done that. But for Damian Lillard year in and year out to pretty much make the best of his situation and stay loyal to the organization and to that city, you can't do nothing but respect it. You just can't. So because of this, to some NBA fans, Dame seems like a player that's been overlooked a lot in his career. A player that many people take for granted because he doesn't have the team accomplishments of a Steph Curry or even of a Chris Paul, or he doesn't have the MVPs like a Russell Westbrook, like a James Harden. When in reality, when you just watch him play and look at his skill set, you know for a fact he's a top tier player in this game. But on the other hand, because of his history with his comments about being snubbed from the All-Star team and feeling like he's disrespected, and again the brand that he's built from day one and his NBA fan base going along with that narrative, to some NBA fans, Damian Lillard can come off a little whiny, a player who feels like he's entitled to more than what he's actually proven in this league. A player who, like Skip Bayless said, acts like he's won an MVP or a championship in this league, but has not done much aside from All-NBA and All-Star selections, which a lot of stars in NBA history have done, and is not enough for you to be called a superstar. But seriously, I mean, I don't really have an overarching message for this video. I'm rooting for Dame. Shouts to Dame, man. I mean, I'm rooting for the dude. I think he is on his way to being a first ballot Hall of Famer, especially if he keeps up this trajectory and stays healthy throughout his career. He is must-watch basketball when he's hot. He's one of the most entertaining and down-to-earth players in the league. He keeps it real. When you fire at him, he's gonna fire back, and you can't do nothing but respect that. You really can't. And I would love to see Damian Lillard to make the finals at least once with the Portland Trail Blazers. And if Dame can do that just once, like what Allen Iverson did in 2001, except this time it's in the Western Conference, that could change that could change Dame's reputation to even his doubters. And that would prove a lot of people wrong. Damian Lillard is being slept on, not because NBA fans sleep on him. It's more so because of the era he's in. And his resume has just been an unfortunate victim of a very talented point guard era. And also being in a franchise and on a team that, again, has never really had championship aspirations and is just a good playoff team. And if I'm being honest, Dame's career so far has been pretty similar to Carmelo Anthony's in Denver, with like 95 loyalty instead of like the 55 Melo had. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, please, if you guys like this new format, leave a like on this video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. It's definitely refreshing to go more off the dome than usual. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Watch these two videos on the screen if you haven't already. And I'm out. Peace.